Let's do the loan. Remember, Thursday we did the interest capitalized on fixed deposit and not capitalized. Now, when we get to loan, there isn't such a thing as not capitalized. There's a new credit law in our country, and according to that credit law, interest is capitalized. Okay, that's how it works. And we've been already doing it last year, so it's not new. So let's go to the capitalized. What does capitalized mean? It means we're going to add it to the original loan amount. Okay? So in other words, if you don't pay your interest every month, you are going to start being charged interest on the interest, because you make the interest now part of the loan. Okay. So now we have done this last year. So let's quickly go look at an example. So page 3, they give me an example. And once you see this, you're going to be like, oh, it's this. Of course I know this. Right? Can you see what they do? Is they give me a loan statement, right? And in the statement, there's an opening, interest, total payments, and a balance. Now, I just want to, before we start, just explain to you again. If I draw my loan, and my interest on loan, the interest on loan is not influenced by if it's capitalized or not. Okay? So, your loan, we always will say, I have an opening and a closing and a bank and an interest on loan. Hee-haw. Okay. Right. You got it. And then, if I look at this, my opening is 60. My closing is 55. My repayments is 20. Can you see? 20, 55, 60. Now what I need you to remember is this 20 is basically the repayment on the loan and interest on loan. Let me show you. If I now want to calculate how much interest I've paid, I'm going to balance. Ne? So how will I balance? I will say 20 plus 55 minus 60 equals 15. Is that right? Yes. Now, I want you to see this. Please, pay attention. I want you to see this. If you look, the interest is 15. Ne? How much did we pay on the loan? What's the difference there? 5. Can you see? Gives me 20. I paid back on the original loan 5,000. You can see that. And my interest I paid 15. And together it gives me the 20. Okay, that's what I paid. So now your interest on loan goes to the income statement. And it will just go like that. So instead of saying accrued expense or bank, I will say loan. That's what it means. Okay. Is everybody with me? Okay. So, this one, they just wrote it out very nicely. Let me show you. Opening, closing, bank, interest. Can you see the opening we work with BD and the closing we work with CD, not BD? Why? Because we know that T accounts adds up to the same amount. In other words, if there's something short on the side, I can balance it. Okay, you guys with me? Okay. Now, can you see my interest expense here is going to be 15,000. Okay, doesn't matter that it's capitalized. Let's quickly talk balance sheet. Let me see what's next. So in the balance sheet, when I'm here, I always want to take the closing less the short-term loan. Okay? And that short-term loan is that short-term loan. They are the same. So what's my closing? If I look here, what's my closing? 55. So you say 55 less short-term loan. Now they didn't tell me anything here about the short-term loan, did they? So let's assume I'm going to pay back exactly what I paid this year. How much did I pay back this year on the loan? 5,000. Ne? The 60 less the 55. So that's going to be less 5,000. Gives me 50,000, and that 5,000 I put here. Why? Because this is a short-term current, because I need to pay it in the next year, and this is a long-term non-current. Okay.